Coldplay. Now, it's hard to say a bad word about the British band that rules the planet right now, especially if you saw them play the first of their 2 New Zealand concerts last night, or if, like me, you had the pleasure of spending some time with them. No superstar antics, no inflated egos, they just deliver. The lineup hasn't changed since the 4 university mates started out as starfish. I caught up with frontman Chris Martin, guitarist Jonny Buckland, and asked if the fame and fortune of Coldplay ever put that friendship under pressure.
We've been through a lot together, you know, but we rely on each other for support when things go badly, and I've never felt so close to everybody as I do now.
The more time that passes, the more we just appreciate the fact that we have this bizarre chemistry. No, we can't explain it. None of us are the most prodigious of musicians or virtuoso, but we have this combination of people that's special, and so we don't mess with it.
People go, they're a fantastic band, and they're all so nice, as if there should be something wrong with that.
Well, we're always going to be nice to you, because A, it's on TV, and B, we only just met you, and C, you made an effort with your appearance. So we're going to therefore be polite to you and respectful.
No, but you do, all of you have reputations of being sort of nice human beings, you know?
Right. You wouldn't want to be a
but, some, but some people...
Imagine if you sat here and said, you four have got a reputation for being real just went, can you say that word here?
Oh, no. Well, that's the promo, Dad. Because it's an ego business, isn't it, for a lot of bands?
The people that we meet who are at the very, very top, who have done much more than we could ever hope to do, your Paul McCartneys or your Tiger Woods or your Shane Warnes, they tend to be extremely humble and gracious, and so, you know, we would feel stupid if we kind of walked in with a huge entourage and a big ego, because we haven't done Sgt. Pepper's yet. See what I mean?
What do you think about when you're playing on stage? When you're sitting there, what's going through your head?
I suppose a recurring thing that goes through my head is, what's that person right at the back, at the top, thinking? Are they sort of enjoying? You know what I mean?
In the early days of our band, I used to think a bit more selfishly and just think about how nervous I was and stuff. And then about 5 years ago, there was heavy traffic when we were driving into the gig, and so I got out and walked into the concert, and I suddenly appreciated what everyone has to go through to get to your concert, and that made me start performing in a completely different way of thinking, if I was watching it, what would I be happy to see? And so then that made us much more outgoing and a bit more confident, I guess.
Do the labels bother you? I mean, look, people describe you as the biggest band in the world, the greatest band in the world.
Not those kind of labels.
Not those labels. It's very. In fact, we talked about this yesterday because we were going on a TV show in Sydney. Someone said, "Please welcome the biggest band in the world." It's like, okay, if there's ever a way to set someone up for a fall, introduce them in a stadium as the biggest band in the world at 12 p.m.
Now, there's one thing I do have to ask you.
Please, go ahead.
The Sting fan club.
The Sting fan club?
Is it true?
What is the question?
I read this article that you used to run the Sting fan club when you were young. True, yes.
Well, listen, that's a wonderful rumour. Where did this come from?
I think it's one of the British papers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is this the same person who said I had my own aeroplane last week?
I don't know. Do you have your own aeroplane?
Well, listen, I made so much money from running the Sting fan club that I had to buy one. Wouldn't you?
What's the strangest thing anyone's ever asked you guys to do?
Yeah, we got asked to play at someone's wedding yesterday. Someone threw a note on stage.
Yeah. Even tempted to do that, though. I mean, you imagine 100%. If you guys turned up.
Yeah, no, it was... But it was just a way of asking. It was not even that polite. It was just like thrown on stage. Can you play my wedding? 5th of December. Here's the number.
So if we asked really nicely and said, look, we're having our work drinks for this Friday, could you guys just pop in for a couple of sets?
Well,
and said, please, please.
Well, one of the last times we played in New Zealand was actually at a work drinks party in Dunedin. And my wife was filming there, and I didn't have anything to do, so I played in this bar somewhere in Dunedin. I think that was the last time we played here. It was more of a solo gig. It didn't go that well, so...